Okay.
No sound.
Wait for a second, sir. Just wait for a second, sir.
Good morning, this is Ekita, 9th standard studying in Winfield High School, India. Good morning, this is Lucifer, 7th standard studying in Winfield High School, India. Good morning, everyone. This is Riharkov, 10th standard studying in Winfield High School, India. The state of water bodies in Taiwan, etc. are eating into wetlands at their own peril. Wetlands are decreasing day to day due to lack of proper maintenance, and there was no action taken by government. Declare urbanization and the destruction of wetlands in cities and towns. Over the next 15 years, the Indian active population will increase by 200 million, putting a great strain on wetlands and as urban planning urgently deals with the imminent crisis. The recent transformation of viral lake, there is a research towards a sustainable solution to the contamination of water bodies. The viral lake provides water to 70,391 acres for irrigation. Its length is 2,354 meters. 25 acres of water bodies are connected to the viral lake situated in Khammam district, Telangana. As a story of indoors, this lake used to be a de facto sewage dump for the exit of viral toxins and garbage dump from surrounding villages. Programs are diverting sewage and installing sewage treatment plants. The sewage not If you are using this pipe, then its pipe has really very high cost. Its maintenance cost is also very high. Plus, it doesn't remove the pathogens and metallic content, it only removes the sludge. Volunteer organization has constructed a biological sewage treatment plant with a combination of floating treatment by plant and moss plantation around the lake. A floating treatment by plant spread across 3,000 square feet was operated on 2nd February World Wetlands Day. And another unique feature of restoration process is there is a use of water halogens for cleaning the lake. Usually this has a problem because they show water bodies but destroys other aquatic life.
Land spread across 3,000 square feet was inaugurated on February 2nd, 2018 on World Wetlands Day. With 3,500 saplings, it has been recognized as the largest floating treatment wetland in India by the Indian Book of Records.
Here, the clear horizon makes the cordon is being used as an organic manure to grow plants.
The combination of all these natural resources have yielded good results.
When we started working on this lake, the BOD was 28, the oxygen was 0, the nitrate was 27, and the phosphate was 7. Now, with the Telangana Pollution Control Board, we have BOD as 3.2. We have dissolved oxygen as 4.5. We have phosphates 0.5 and nitrates 8. So the result is actually very good.
Archit.
Thank you very much, students, for making this wonderful video. And
ये
I
किया
know this
अब मेरे
video
को
you have
share
made, yes, and you have made this video within 3-4 days. And I appreciate your making this presentation. And now I have Dr. R.K.Garg with us, who also made a presentation before. Now, Dr. Garg is going to show us today some of the beautiful lakes of Udaipur. And Dr. Garg, you may start. And also, I'm happy to
thank you
that
Dr. Deshpantu,
Hey, Garg,
and good morning to all the country coordinators, students, and all the people who are attending this webinar. As today is the International Wetland Day, and we'll be talking about the water collaboration projects. As we know that every year the International Wetland Day has a particular theme. This year it is water, wetlands and life that are inseparable. I am talking from Asia. As we know, India is in the southern of Asia, and in India, I come from Rajasthan. We can see that Rajasthan is a very big state in Rajasthan, one of the largest state of the Rajasthan of the India. And I live in Rajasthan at Udaipur, that is in the southern part of the Rajasthan, and we have beautiful lakes in the Udaipur. This is the aerial view of the city of lakes. You can see very beautiful lakes, and all the habitation is around the lake. So this is how we can see the relations between the water and the human habitation. This is another panoramic view of the lake, where one can see the beauty of the lakes. Now, on the banks of the lake, there are very big palaces, and we can see the day and night view of the palace. And people all over the world come to Udaipur only for tourism and looking to the lakes. So keeping the health and ecology of the lake is very important for the tourism, as well as for as it is a lifeline, because it is used in many purposes. One can see there is within the lake there is a very big 5-star hotel, that is Lake Palace, Taj Lake Palace Hotel. And the culture life of Udaipur, having the Gangor, which is a local festival, is in the lakes only. One can see the interaction between people, culture, and water. There are many women who are celebrating some program on the bank of the river Pichola, this lake Pichola, and one can see that the music is going on. This is socio-religious festivals. There are many socio-religious festivals which are celebrated only on the banks of the water, that is near the lakes, and people enjoy all these. But at the same time, when we celebrate many festivals, many religious and cultural things, we do put the waste inside the lake, especially those which from the religious programs. So what is important, that we should involve students for conservation and keeping the health of the water intact. So education and awareness is very important. Indian Environmental Society started roughly 20 wetland clubs in 20 schools of Udaipur. in which the school students as well as the teachers were taken on the lakeside, and they understood the ecology of the lakes. They performed different hands-on activities as a program of the GLOBE. That is, they make observation on air temperature, water temperature, transparency, electrical conductivity, pH, dissolved oxygen, etc. So sometimes during the winter, the students of the wetland clubs are taken to the lakeside for bird watch with the help of the some bird watchers of Udaipur, as well as with the collaboration of the forest department and tourism department of Udaipur. We use this exercise, and many times the citizens are also involved to have a citizen scientist program of the globe. So in globe, we do study the atmosphere, hydrosphere, the lithosphere, and the biosphere. And in hydrology protocol, we do understand the physical, chemical, and biological characteristics. In physical, we study the water temperature, the transparency, the electrical conductivity. In chemical, the pH of water, alkalinity, dissolved oxygen, salinity, nitrates, and in biological characters, we study the mosquito larva and with the help of the mosquito habitat mapper. Now, water temperature is a very important physical parameter. It influences the aquatic life and dissolved oxygen of the water, and it makes very important factor for the metabolic activity of all the aquatic animals and organisms, including plant life. So we do study the water temperature with the help of a alcoholic filled thermometer, and it was recorded on 17th March 2020 that the Lake Pichola temperature was 25.8 degrees Celsius. Similarly, transparency of the water is very important. It depends upon the particles present in the water. The particles may be the algae, maybe the sediments from the soil erosion. So the transparency depends upon the amount of the particles, suspended particles, I should say, in the water. On 17th of the March 2020, the transparency of the water in Lake Pichola was recorded as 1.67 meter. pH of the water, it maintains the acidic and the basic properties of the water. It is a vital characteristics of the aquatic ecosystem, since all the biochemical activities and retention of physico-chemical attributes of the water are greatly dependent upon the pH of the surrounding water. On 17th March 2020, the Lake Pichola water was recorded as 7.5. The electrical conductivity is important because it tells about the dissolved substances or the chemicals or the uh, other things in the water. So the Lake Pichola water was studied on 17th March 2020, and it was recorded as 398 microsiemens per cm. DO, dissolved oxygen, is necessary for many forms of the life forms, that is fish, invertebrates, bacteria, plants, and these organisms use oxygen in their respiration. And the DO of the water of Pichola on 17th March was recorded as 6.5 ppm. The students should learn about the primary producers, the primary consumers, the secondary producers, the top consumers, so that an idea about the uh, this food web and food this chain is understood. The primary producers, some of the primary producers which were identified in Lake Pichola were included, and the Eudogonium, Spirogyra, Volvox, Eulothrix, to say a few. Similarly, primary consumers are zooplanktons, Euglena, diffusa, The Brachionus, the Keratella are some of the zooplanktons which were found in the Lake Pichola. There are many macrophytes which used to grow due to high concentration of the nitrates and phosphates in the lake water. And we have identified Hydrilla, Potamogeton, Cara, Velisneria, and many other plants growing in the lake. So, as there are large number of the aquatic weeds, and it is found desirable by the administration of Udaipur to remove aquatic weeds periodically. So we have a device of removing the aquatic weeds, and this is a mechanical device for removal of the aquatic weeds. It has been acquired by the municipality of Udaipur and is given on hire to other areas like Ajmer, Jaipur, and other places of Rajasthan. In lake water, we have very good fish population, which are periodically harvested as per scientific methodology. The fish like Katala, Singi, Rohu, Mahashir are found in the Lake Pichola. And then there is a very important point, which is very important for the bird population. There are large number of the local migratory as well as the international migratory bird population, which are present in the lake water. Some of the resident birds of the lakes can be the coots, the grey heron, painted stork, whistling duck, etc. Similarly, some migratory birds which have been identified are wagtails, pintail, northern shoveler, common teal, and many others. Now, for cleaning the lake area and nearby surroundings, we do involve the people. So there is a people's participation, and we can see the students of some school as well as some local people, they are cleaning the area where the people used to have the festivals, and we used to have many more activities like flower shows, like bird shows, etc. Now, for students, in order to learn, we must try to put them question answer series. Say, which of these is not a wetland? And we can give 3-4 options. The use of the wetland is either it is to clean the environment, or it is a sedimentation of rock, or it is swimming and other sports. Those students who are attending today's webinar, they should try to answer these questions. Second question which can I pose, which fact about wetland is right? A wetland is always having a pH level of 9.5. There is always a shellfish in a wetland. A wetland is a low-lying area where the land is filled with water. So the correct answer will be the last one. What is not a way to help increase awareness about wetland? Play games on the computer, do a project on wetland, organize a field trip to a wetland. So we should always take students and teachers for a field trip to a wetland. What is the best pH or good pH level of a wetland? Maybe 4.0, maybe 5.5, maybe 9.5. So it should be nearer to the neutral or near neutral. So it can be 7.5. Which of these is not a type of wetland? Is the swimming pool is a wetland? No. A reservoir is a wetland, or a marshland is a wetland? One has to answer. So what should be the recommendation of today? Today, on the World Wetland Day, for students, we should try to have wetland clubs. The students should do a project, as we have seen some students from the Andhra, Hyderabad were doing some project. We show it to your class. That means all the students who are doing project should involve other students and show it to in your class or the whole school. Talk to a owner of a wetland. Many times it may be a government organization, maybe waterworks department, maybe irrigation department, maybe municipality, maybe the urban improvement trust is the owner of the wetland. So we should take a initiative and talk about them, about preserving the wetland. We organize a field trip to the wetlands. We take students for the field trip and try to understand the water, land, soil, air relationship, the relationship with the primary producers and the consumers, and the relationship between the different physical and chemical parameters with the water, their productivity and their use, and for the what strategies we can adopt for the conservation of the wetlands. So this is how we can do. Some religious activities are going on near the wetland of the Udaipur, and these women of the Udaipur, they are performing some religious festival. So thank you very much, and thanks to all.
Thank you, Dr. Garg, for wonderful presentation. This has been very helpful. Also now, before I go to the video presentation of the students from India, those who could not make before, Yogendra is here. Yogendra was sitting in his office. I have to remind him, you have your presentation, you come. I think he took it at 1 p.m. Manila time, but it was 12 p.m. So may I request you, Yoginder, to show us some wonderful wetlands of Nepal? Yoginder?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Des. Sorry, I forgot the time. We always miss this time, always we make mistake. Okay, good morning, all of you. It is really nice to see you all again and to have a chance to present some of the information about Nepal. Okay, I will share the screen first. Okay, can you see my presentation?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Uh, as Dr. Des told me that I have to present some of the information about wetlands of Nepal, so I just made some images of wetlands and how it is important for Nepalese context. So I'm presenting that. Uh, for those who doesn't know me, I'm Yogendra Chitakar, Globe Country Coordinator for Nepal, and also I'm working in ECA Nepal as Executive Director. So this is a map of Nepal, small country, you can see, and the flag, the unique flag, triangular flag, only triangular flag in the world. And most of the people get curious on Nepalese context, and Nepalese biodiversity is so small, but it has so importance in the context of biodiversity. So you can see the length of this country is just only 885 kilometer. And so from north to south, width is just 193 kilometer. So it has total area is 147,181 square kilometer only. So and this is a very strange country. It has altitude from 70 meter to Mount Everest, 8,848 meters square. Now it is 8,850 meters square meter. So when we talk about the wetland of Nepal, uh, it is same as Dr. God mentioned just now. Wetlands of Nepal have economic, ecological, aesthetic, and socio-cultural value and religious values, and they provide habitats for several species of wildlife and lie within the various ecosystem of high mountains and lowland plains. These wetlands are important ecosystem and utilized for the benefits of humankind. Nepal has total 5,358 lakes, including 2,323 glacial lakes, according to the National Lakes Conservation Development Committee. Um, the lowland, mainly the Tarai, consists of large number of wetlands. 163 wetlands are there, followed by hills and mountains, extended from the Mechi in the east and Mahakali in the west. And among 27 recognized global freshwater wetland types, 20 are found in Nepal. But at present, till 2019, only 10 wetlands are included in Ramsar sites. So in this presentation, I'm going to show the lakes, Ramsar site lakes. And in Nepal, we have different conservation policies and laws for wetlands, and these are the conservation and policies which we follow. So, as I mentioned, till 2019, we have 10 Ramsar sites, and those are Kositapu in Sunsari, Bishajar Lake in Chittagong, Jagdishpur in Kapilvastu, Goragori Lake in Kailali, Gokyo Lake in Solukhumbu, Gosaikunda in Resoa, Poksundo in Dolpo, and Rara in Mugu, Mai Pokhari Lake in Ilam, and lake cluster of Pokhara, where uh, different lakes are there, where Phewa and Begnas are also included in this lake cluster of Pokhara. So in this lake cluster, our GLOBE members and students visited in Phewa Lakes for the GLOBE expedition uh, in past years. So I will explain few slides on that also. So mainly the wetland has importance in biodiversity, and in Nepal, uh, lots of threatened and endangered flora and fauna habitats are depend on these wetlands, like 230 indigenous fish species, 117 amphibian species, 27% of nationally threatened bird species are depend on these wetlands, and and it is also used for provisional services. Like over 85% of Nepal agrarian communities relies on wetland sources for food, fodder, medicine, fishery, etc. Regulating services, flood control and soil erosion prevention, water regulation, like Bisazari and associated lakes help in flood controlling of Kagari River. And it has a culture services also, Gosaikundo, Panspokri, which has very good religious value, and also tourism, and lake cluster of Pokhara Valley, Gokyo lakes are important for the recreational value. So, and wetlands are supporting different other services also, like enhancement of primary productivity of ecosystems for other provisional, culture, and regulating services. So now I'll show you a few pictures of the different Ramsar site lakes. The first one is Gosaikundo Lake. It was designated a Ramsar site on 29 September 2007, and it is located in Langdang National Park, Rasua district. It is elevated, located in 4,380 meter above
Hãy
sea level.
India. Tengok.
Um, it melts to form the Trishuli River. It remains frozen for 6 months in winter, October to June. And last time when we took the hydrological data in Trishuli River, actually it comes from these peaks. And this is a Goragori Lake. It is designated in August 2003 in a Ramsar site, and it is in Kailali district. Um, it is elevated in 2,205 meter only, and consists of 13 large and shallow oxbow lakes and ponds with associated with marshes and meadows, and it has recorded of 388 vascular plants in this area, and also it is totally dependent for critically endangered vulnerable species like Bengal tiger, smooth-coated otter, Eurasian otter, swamp deer, lesser adjutant stork, marsh crocodile, tree-stripped roofed turtle, and Foxundo Lake. You might have seen this in Caravan movie, Hollywood movie, which was totally pictured over here. And so it's a very nice and very um, difficult area to be there, but it's very nice view over there. So it was designated in September 2007 and located in a Sefoxindo National Park, Dolpo, and it has covered 494 hectare of area, and it is located in 3,611.5 meter. It has religious significance as more than 21 stupas in southern and eastern sides are built, and Sherpas they worship in this area. Rara Lake, it is the one of the biggest lake in Nepal and the first biggest lake, and it's a freshwater lake in Himalayas and declared in Ramsar site in 2007 September, and it is located in the Rara National Park, Mugu, and it is 2,990 meter above the sea level. It covers 1,583 hectare of land and area, and it is the habitat for endemic fish species like Nepalese snow trout, the Rara snow trout, and also endemic frog like Rara lake frog. It is a very good habitat for the winter water birds, godwal, mallard, northern shoveler, common teal, common morganster, etc. My Pokhri, it is designated in Ramsar site in October 2008, Elam, and it has 90 hectare of area covered, and its service area is just 22,100 meter above. And Rara, it is it it is known for the rare flora like orchid, porcupine, etc., which is easily available there, and fauna like a white rum, vulture, leopard, cat, goldfish, water lily are we can find there, and 300 species of birds recorded in this wetland. And Jagdishpur Reservoir, the largest reservoir in the country, it declared in Ramsar site in 2003. It is artificial reservoir, and it is fed by canal from Banganga River and located in Kapil Bastu, nearby Buddha's birthplace. And area is 225 hectare. Altitude it is just above 197 meter from sea level. There we can there was recorded of 45 different bird species. Five are globally threatened species and 18 species of fish, 9 herpetofauna and 9 mammalian species. And Gokyo Lake, it is in Sagarmatha National Park, just below the Mount Everest, and it was designated in Ramsar site in 2007 September, and it is above the 4,700 to 500 meters sea level, and lake system is naturally vulnerable as it lies in ecological fragile and unstable zone. Uh, Outburst of no Zumbar glacier is always a threat to existence of these lakes. It is quite vulnerable, Gokyo Lake. And Bisajarital is designated in August 2003. It is located in Chittagong National Park, and it has covered 3,200 hectare of land, and it is just above the 286 meter above the sea level. It provides habitat as a water hole and wildlife corridor for wildlife species like Bengal tiger, sloth bear, smooth-coated otter, one-horned rhinoceros, white-rumped vulture, pallas, fish eagle, lesser adjutant, ferruginous duck, and mugger crocodile. Kositapu, it was this reserve was established in 1976 and designated in Ramsar site in December 1987. It is located in East Nepal in Sunsari, and it is just above the 75 to 81 meters above the sea level. It covers 175 square kilometer, and it is um, it is known for the wild water buffalo. And in 2005, identified as one of 27 important bird areas of Nepal in this Koshi barrack, and it is also habitat and found 514 plant species and 200 species of fish, and it recorded 31 species of mammals, 485 bird species, 2 toad species, 9 frog species, 6 lizard species, and 5 snake species, and 11 total species are recorded over there. Tilicho Lake, it is above elevated in 4,919 meter above the sea level. It is located in Manang, and according to the Nepal's Department of Hydrology and Meteorology, there no aquatic organism has been recorded in the lake. So lake cluster of Pokhara Valley. So it has 9 lakes: Phewa, Begnas, Rupa, Khasti, Dipang, Maidi, Kundi, Neurani, Kamal Pokhri, and Pokhri Seti catchment. So it is in Kaski district, and it is the Phewa is the second largest lake in Nepal, and Rara is the first, and Begnas is the third lake, largest lake in Nepal, and some part of lakes are used for cage fisheries in most of the these 9 lakes, and varieties of wetlands dependent birds. Most of the birds depend on these wetlands. So we had Globe Lake Pokhara expedition in 2015, 17, and 2018, and we visited this Lake Pokhara, and we had different globe activities over there. And now 2015, from Sri Lanka, India, and Nepal visited Lake Pokhara, and we had different globe activities over there. And now 2016,
And I hope we will have this again very soon, this activity. You have anything to make present, or it's okay, finish?
Yeah, I do have many legs here, so but I stop here. It takes a lot of time.
Okay, okay, great. Now, can I we get back to the, we have presentation from students from Taiwan, from Thailand, from Philippines, and before that we can have a video for the students from India who could not play before. Can you, Rashtriya Vidyalaya, Shakti Vidyalaya, can you play your video now? And Nishi, I'm sure you are taking pictures.
I do.
Yes. And you can also put their video on so that you can take a group now and later. So Rashtriya Shakti Vidyalaya. Yeah.
Aryan, kindly share it. आवाज ही नहीं आवाज नहीं
We can't have a sound. We don't have sound.
Hello.
Uh,
Ma'am, if there is some problem with the video, can Aryan can share his presentation? There is no issues. We can share the video online to everybody else.
Okay, if we have a problem, then can we start with the presentation from?
within 1 second, I'm just sharing it. Just wait for 1 second only, sir. 1 second,
No
sir.
problem, no problem, no problem.
करो मुझको बर्बाद इतना तो तुम मत करो मुझको बर्बाद इतना तो तुम रखो याद प्यासे ही तुम रह जाओ ना जी पाओगे कब तक बर्बादी का मेरे तुम तमाशा देखोगे संकट आएगा जब तुम पर तब मेरे बारे में सोचोगे संसार में रहने वालों को मेरी जरूरत पड़ती है मेरी बर्बादी के कारण मेरी उम्र भी तो घटती है पानी सब सूरज जगत में पावन है हर बूंद पानी है मोर जगत में व्यर्थ न एक व्यर्थ न एक पानी सब सूरज जगत में पावन है हर पानी है मोर जगत में व्यर्थ न एक व्यर्थ
Congratulations, the students, for the wonderful video. This conveys the message how important the water is. Really, this is great. And I'm happy that you could put the captions in English also. We will share
Sorry.
this with our friends, and it will be within our recording also. And there is any other presentation from the school, or I pass
Yes,
on
sir.
to the Philip.
Sir, wait, sir, Aryan will share that zero plastic zone presentation, sir.
Sure, Aryan, go ahead. I'm sorry, Aryan, there is no audio with your thing.
Ma'am, could you please try that for me?
Hina ma'am, you pass it on to the Philippines. After that, I will share again in the same way. Okay.
We can go ahead with Philippines and then we can share again later.
When can we start with the Philippines students presentation? Are you ready, Rod? Welcome you, Rod and Joanne, both, for the wonderful project which you are implementing, planting 5 million trees till 2025. This is a great project, and I received this wonderful video and the pictures which I will be sharing with everyone. This is a great project. Congratulations, you both taking the lead to implement this project. Okay, Rod.
The students are
ready.
Okay, yes, please. Well, thanks for the wonderful project, Rod. You are implementing planting trees. Oh, after this, we will have Sri Lanka presentation.
all right. Mom Rhoda and Mom Marian and Karil are going to present. Again, hello from Philippines.
Good day to everyone. I am Marian Kate Mbakani.
No any voice? Hello? I can't hear. They have to unmute.
Good day to everyone. I am Marian Kate Mbakani.
Marian, we cannot hear Karil.
Sorry, I cannot hear my partner earlier. Let us present again. Good day to everyone. I am Marian Kate Mbakani. Karil.
Can we have some sound, please?
The other student mic is not working. That's why we can't hear the other side of the presentation from Gariel.
Marian, you are not audible.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You are not audible. Marian.
Can I start, ma'am, sir?
Joanne, will you need some time?
Okay. I will ask the student. I will talk to the student first.
So should we start in the meantime the video from the school?
Jyoti ma'am, are you ready for with your video?
Ma'am, can I start?
Sure.
Jyoti. Okay.
How the theme of eco-friendly engineering gave us the idea of zero plastic. The following seconds present a unique idea Mother Earth. As schools are full of potential which can be. Anyway, this video will share that how the theme of eco-friendly engineering gave us the idea of zero plastic use. In the following seconds, we present a unique idea which can contribute to our Mother Earth. As whole, schools are full of potential which can create or execute any idea on a large campus. One of many training brushes, let me show you how. A placement generated by school bodies or any professional institute is really being recycled. The number says that there are 5,000 schools with 20 lakh of students studying in classes between 6 12. Use of one month, this will give us 140 lakhs of pen. Yes, you got that right. We do have this Mount Everest of this. Have you seen this? You can find it if you will pass through the NH24 Gosaikundo. Yes, it is easy to throw the used pen and say I have completed my job. But the real journey of that pen starts when we dumped it in a wrong way. The moment we throw the pen into roads, drain, or any such places where it gets difficult to recycle it or dispose it completely, then it becomes hard to resist it from getting into our food chain. Food chain. Yes. Let me tell you. Are made up of metal tips
and are filled with ink, which contain lead in it, which is a harmful substance. And when we throw it on our landfills or waterways, its toxic substance are usually consumed by an organism. The question is how we can minimize this school waste, to which the answer is first step is to replace the plastic with eco-friendly things as much as you can.
Hello?
The step is to get the most out of it if you have used it already. We have cleverly researched and worked on every possible strategy to find out how we can apply all the 5 R's to create zero plastic waste zone in our school. Let me conclude all that for you. Our aim was to create a zero plastic zone in our school. All the pen can, broken rulers, use sketch pen, file covers, track keys.
Okay, can we take this later because the sound is not clear? Please.
We reuse them as much as possible. We refuse to buy the new ones until they get completely exhausted. We collected more like these as Eco Club representative to repurpose them and create duster-based chalk box, pen stand, wall clock, paperweights, photo frame, wall hangings, and a lot of decorative items. The point is that if you will brainstorm a bit more, you can create your next study tables with these pens, as this was just a small percentage of how we can get rid of already created and existing plastic while trying to stop the creation of new ones by refusing them. Think about it.
Okay, thank you very much, the students, for making wonderful presentation on the solid waste. This is a project which is very important. Is Philippines ready? Join. Are your students ready?
Yes, thank you.
Then we start. After that, we will have Sri Lanka, then Taiwan and Thailand. Please.
Yeah, we are ready.
Okay, start please.
Ready, start, Karil and Marian.
Can we hear? Can
you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yes, I'm sorry for the delay. Good morning, everyone, or good day, everyone. I am Marian Kate Mbakani, together with my partner.
I am Carl T. Javier.
Caril
with
T.
our
Javier.
Our coach, Ma'am Rodora A. Hamero.
We are a representative from Batasan Hills National High School, Philippines, presenting our research topic entitled Utilizing World Pennywort Hydrocotyl verticillata thumb to enhance the water quality of Batasan Hills San Mateo River.
Hydrocotyl verticillata, also known as world pennywort, is a semi-aquatic plant that grows about 10 to 15 centimeters long. It is also a flowering plant that originated in South and North America and the West Indies. It grows best on marshy, boggy, and wet surfaces. It can be found in Metro Manila, Bohol, Panay, and also some regions on Mindanao. Actually, we got our inspiration to choose this plant because of duckweed, which is widely used in many other research studies. So we tried to look for another plant that has the same properties as duckweed, but is rarely used. That's when we found H. verticillata. We found a big potential with this plant, so we decided to use it as our plant material. Also, this is an invasive species and was causing trouble to the workers in La Mesa Eco Park. We submitted a letter requesting of approval to let us collect enough amount of pennywort. They were very accommodating and they also helped us in the plant collection process. Water quality refers to the chemical, physical, biological, and radiological characteristics of water. It is a measure of the condition of water relative to the requirements of one or more biotic species and or to any human need or purpose.
According to Arroyo Seco 2017, the 5 main parameters to determine the water quality are temperature, potential hydrogen or pH, turbidity, electric conductivity, and dissolved oxygen. Pennywort is able to enhance water quality because of the structure of its roots. It sends out long prostrate rhizomes, which are the horizontal stems, that freeze the root to create dense mats, which traps the dirty particles in water. That is according to our RRL, Rojmantava, 2011. H. verticillata decompose easily due to natural cause, which is the low ratio of carbon-nitrogen. That's why this kind of plant cannot grow on soil independently. Godshock and Wetzel, 2010. So we thought of using this plant for a better purpose since it will decompose by itself later on.
Although there's numerous study about water quality that uses different plant samples, our study aims to answer the following questions. 1. How long did it take before the water quality changed? 2. By how much did the water quality change? 3. Is World Pennywort capable of enhancing the quality of water? Before we proceed to our discussion about our methodology, we would like to share with you some of our documentation taken while doing our research study.
Sound, please, sound.
I'm sorry, sir, the video is not playing because of low connection problems. I think we can proceed to the next slide. We're gonna show it to you later on. Sorry for
Okay,
the
sure, yeah.
interruption. For now, let's proceed to the research methods.
Okay, for our methods, first we conducted an ocular visit to the site where we will conduct our research and to decide where we will set up the nets. Second, 2 kilos of plant samples were collected from La Mesa Eco Park. Third, materials like bamboo, fish net, sachet disc, water containers, beakers were prepared. Fourth, the fishing net was set up. It was 2.5 by 1 meter. Before experimentation, the instruments for testing such as pH meter for potential hydrogen, TDS meter for total dissolved solids, and alcohol field thermometer for temperature were calibrated, following the GLOBE protocols. Data is collected every 7 days for 6 weeks, including the data collected before planting.
Before we came up with this methodology, we first tried it on an aquarium. We tried to mimic the natural environment, but the setup was too small to collect data and changes are not that visible. Then, we decided to do an experiment on the river so it's easier to collect data. We had 2 trials. The first trial was unsuccessful because there was an eruption from Taal volcano and the ashfall reached our site of experimentation. The plant was not able to put up with too many ashes released during the sudden eruption, but the second trial was successful. This is the second trial. As you can see, the plant was able to adjust to the natural environment and changes were visible after a week. Now let's go to the result. Table 1 shows the data collected from inside the net, while Table 2 shows the data from outside the net. As you can see, we entered this data on Globe data entry, and the data on electric conductivity lowered. It went from 460 micro to 428 micro, February 18, 2020. Meaning there was less dissolved chemicals detected in the water. For the total dissolved solids, It was 230 on the first week, but on the last week of experimentation, it became higher, 260 ppm, which is great because water with low TDS concentration may be corrosive and shows the presence of toxic metals such as copper and lead from the household plumbing. This also means that trace metals could be found at levels that may pose a health risk. There is no significant change in the pH since it wasn't one of the main abilities of the plant to change the pH level. Lastly, the water was becoming clearer because the data went from 42 to 48 centimeter. Because we use a set sheet disk to test for the turbidity, so the higher the data, the clearer the water is.
To conclude, World Pannyworth was able to enhance the water quality of Batasan Hills San Mateo River. The outcome shows that the data obtained weekly was improving, which indicates that the water quality in which the plant was planted is collecting all the polluted water particles. Minor changes were observed after a week, and as weeks passed by, the water quality continuously enhanced, therefore confirming our hypothesis.
We would like to recommend to the future researchers to have plant identification before experimenting. There are many species of hydrocotyl and most of them look alike. They have different capacities and characterization. If you got the wrong plant sample, then it will be a big problem. We also recommend for the researcher to do further experimentation using World Pannyworth for phytoremediation because it has the potential for this kind of technology. Also, if you are planning to do an experimentation on the bodies of water like what we did, we recommend to have a larger setup so the result will be more valid. That's all. Thank you for listening.
That is, thank you all for patiently waiting and listening.
Thank you very much. A wonderful project by in Philippines. I can see the hard work done by your teacher and the country coordinator, always helping. I congratulate you all for wonderful presentations. This is really something which is unique for our reason that the students are doing so scientifically great work that is really appreciated by all. Thank you very much for such a great presentation. Now I hand over to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, Damayanti.
Yes, Dr. Desh. There are two presentations. Yes, there are two presentations from Sri Lanka. One is actually presented by our Deputy Director, Ms. Dilukshika Hettiarachchi, and one is from our student. So may I ask Dilukshi to present first? Dilukshi. This is regarding she is presenting actually the wetland complex in Colombo. Dilukshi.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Colombo is wonderful and beautiful city.
Can you hear me, Dr. Desh?
Yes, I know. I say Colombo is wonderful city. We should have sometimes our regional meeting there. Yeah, please.
Good morning to you all. Today I'm going to talk about Colombo Wetland Complex. This is our country, Sri Lanka. It's a small island and situated in Indian Ocean near India. And the area of the country is 65,610 square kilometers. And the population is approximately 20 million. Our commercial capital and the largest city is Colombo. It's located in western part of the country. So the Colombo city consists of a network of canal systems which interconnected marshes and lakes in the region. This wetland complex is within the Colombo catchment. So the Colombo, the most populated city and the commercial capital in Sri Lanka, and the administrative capital is Sri Jayawardenepura. So both those cities are located adjacent to each other. Areas lies in the lower basin of the Kalani River, one of the major rivers in our country, and being a flat, low-lying land created of many natural wetlands and interconnected canal system. It consists of Kolonnawa Marsh, Bere Lake, Hinala Marsh, Kote Marsh, and interconnected canals. When we talk about the elevation of Colombo, it's located below mean sea level to 1 meter above sea level. The area is approximately 1,900 hectares. Major soil types are red yellow podzolic, half bog soil, and in some places we can see alluvial soils also. The mean annual rainfall is 2,000 millimeters. Since Colombo is located in western part of the country, it receives rain from southwest monsoon. The average annual temperature is between 25 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. As you all know, there are 18 wetland cities in the world. Colombo is the one of these wetland city, and it's declared as a Ramsar wetland city in 2018. Let's talk about some legal status. Parliament Lake and associated wetlands are declared as a sanctuary under Fauna and Flora Recreation Protection Ordinance. It is called Sri Jayawardhanapura Sanctuary. This is the Parliament of Sri Lanka, and it's situated in Parliament Lake, or we call it Diyawanna Lake. And Thalangama Lake and associated wetlands are designated as Environmental Protection Area under National Environment Act. This is Thalangama Lake, where we do our GLOBE water protocols here. So this is the map of wetlands in Colombo. So this is Kalani River. You can see it is one of the major rivers in Sri Lanka, and Bere Lake, it's very beautiful now, and Kolonnawa Marsh, Hinala Marsh, Parliament Lake, and Sri Jayawardhanapura Kote Marsh. We'll see a small video on Colombo wetland. This is our capital city or commercial capital, Colombo. Canals, lakes, and inlets can be seen. Huge wildlife population can be seen, biodiversity is there. Local and migrant birds also can be seen in this wetland. This is endangered species called fishing cat. These wetlands provide food for the people. So these paddy fields provide rice, our staple food. This is Thalangama Lake. Ancient lake built by our kings. Colombo City. Canal. This is again Thalangama Lake. What are the importance of Colombo wetland? The Colombo wetlands are havens of the heart of the city. We call it lungs of city. So this is there is huge biodiversity can be found in this wetland. More than 250 plant species and 280 animal species can be seen. Especially migrant birds and local birds can be seen. These are some endemic species to Sri Lanka that can be seen in this wetland. So this is endangered species. We call it fishing cat. It also can be found in this wetland. Why are the Metro Colombo urban wetlands so important to people living in the city? Let's see. Flooding. If all wetlands are destroyed in 100 years, flood would rise 1.8 meter above current level. So wetlands saves Colombo by 15 billion Sri Lankan rupees in average annual flood damage costs. It's according to 2015 World Bank report. And urbanization increased city temperatures. Colombo city temperature also much high. But wetlands cool the city. Wetlands lower temperature by a few degrees than the hard surfaces, and this effect can extend 100 meters away from the wetland, covering 50% of urban Colombo. So this results in a reduction in air condition costs by 141 billion rupees in a year. So air pollution is common in Colombo as in other cities. So wetlands improves air quality because it produces more and more oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide and other gases. So it reduces respiratory and cardiopulmonary diseases, reducing healthcare costs. Wastewater pollution. In Colombo, canals also polluted with wastewater. So it is said that 65% of water quality in canal network is polluted. But wetlands act as natural infrastructure to treat pollutants from domestic and industrial and also road inputs, saving Colombo by 2 billion rupees a year in equivalent water treatment costs. And urban areas often provide unhealthy, polluted, and stressful environments. Colombo is the same. So wetland areas in Colombo provide important recreational and educational spaces. Estimates that it is 1.6 billion rupees generated from recreation and tourism in the future. So Colombo wetlands are essential for human well-being and provide habitat for wildlife. So in the last few decades, Colombo wetlands were totally neglected and subjected to various ill practices such as encroachment, filling, dumping garbage, etc. Due to the filling and silting of wetlands, Colombo city was flooded frequently, several times, and human deaths and huge property losses can be seen. So let's see what are the threats to Colombo wetland. Discharge of sewage and wastewater, and also garbage dumping. We can see in most of the canals are blocked with garbage, especially with plastic. And wetland filling and land reclamation activities. Actually, because of this populated city, most of the constructions are going on. So wetland filling can be seen. So illegal encroachment also a problem to the wetland. And spreading of invasive species is also a problem because of the high nutrient in water in this wetland cause high growth rates in these invasive species such as these pond apple, hyacinth, water hyacinth, and salvinia. Habitat fragmentation and hydrological modifications by human also cause some problems in wetland. Let's talk about floods in Colombo. Due to above threats, flood detention and drainage services have been severely threatened, and the frequency of urban floods has increased. You can see this is the Parliament of Sri Lanka. It's also subjected to flood in some seasons. Current status. Let's see, here upper graph, you can see in 1982, the amount of wetland area is 5,670 hectares. It is 32% out of the Colombo area. But in lower graph, you can see in 2014, the wetland area reduces up to 1,265 hectares. So it said that 40% of the wetlands lost since 1980s. So very important thing is how to restore this wetland. First thing, the relevant officials and authorities, they have taken actions to restore this wetland. So they have established 2 wetland parks. Biodiversity Park in Thalawattugoda, this is Thalawattugoda Park, and Beddagana Wetland Park, and also awareness programs and nature recreational activities are being carried out. And this is the Beddagana Wetland Park. It is very beautiful, and also it is important for leisure as well as education purposes also. So tourism promoting. This is very important. As you all know, Sri Lanka is the best destiny for tourism. So in Colombo city also, you can see paddle boats, bird and wildlife watching activities are done. And also special thing is floating market and restaurant. This is not functioning these days due to prevailing situation. The promoting urban agriculture. Nowadays, these paddy fields are cultivated. Special thing is they do organic farming here. And also canals are cleaned now. The wetland associated outdoor recreation, because this is very important because people in Colombo city is under stress. So they need leisure activities. So jogging tracks, urban parks, wetland parks, and leisure and play areas for families and school children are established. These are some places. Relocation of encroachers by providing better housing facilities. This is very important. Encroachers are relocated by providing better housing facilities in another area. So they shifted to their houses again. Inland water-based transportation. This is very important because of the good canal system is here. So it can be utilized for passenger transportation. Early times in ancient time also, the canal system was used to passenger transportation. And awareness programs, especially Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Wildlife, and other government and non-governmental organizations, they do these awareness programs to public as well as students to aware them about these wetlands. And wetland related research projects also carried out here. So this is one of the wetland related project. It is called Urban Fishing Cat Project. You can see fishing cat here and the footprint of fishing cat. And to increase biodiversity, they have fabricated some islets to attract local and migrant birds. And dredging and cleaning of wetlands. We can see this happening oftenly because most of the lakes and canals are blocked with silt as well as garbage. And last, invasive plant management also done by Urban Development Authority as well as Colombo Municipal Council. They remove these invasive plants by time to time. So this is pond apple plant, water hyacinth, and salvinia. I would like to wind up my presentation with this quote. Wetlands are nature's gift to humanity. It must realize its importance before it's too late. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation. This has been going to Colombo, which is a very beautiful city. And I hope someday, one day, we will have our regional meeting in Colombo. This is a beautiful island with a lot of wetlands and lakes. And then, thank you very much. Can we have the second presentation, because we have 4 more presentations after that, 2 from Taiwan and 2 from Thailand. Nishi, can you start taking the group pictures also? Yeah. second presentation from Sri Lanka.
Second presentation from Sri Lanka is done by Ayodhya Panchalidi Silva, a student from Nalanda College. His topic is investigation of new non-toxic nanoclay composite in order to remove permanent hardness and heavy metals of surface water. I would like to invite Ayodhya to present his findings.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone, and I'm from Sri Lanka. This is my GLOBE Hydrology Investigation project to globe.gov, and I'm proud to present my project on this symposium as a Sri Lankan representative scientist in Nalanda College. And my project topic is investigation of new non-toxic nanoclay composite in order to remove permanent hardness and heavy metals in water. So you can see some pictures of the Kalani River, and that is the most important place in Colombo area. And in Sri Lanka, there's a huge risk about surface water because of the human activities and agricultural activities. And some people are throwing their
Can we see that?
Sorry?
Yeah, we cannot see that. Can we see the screen? Can we share the screen? Yeah. Okay, now it's okay. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Thank you. Signal. Good morning, everyone. I think now you all can see my presentation, and first of all, I'd like to thank Minister of Education for giving this opportunity to present my presentation at this symposium in globe.gov. And I'm proud to present my presentation at this place as a Sri Lankan representative researcher. So my project is on GLOBE Hydrology Investigation by Sri Lankan topic. And my topic of this project is investigating a new non-toxic nanoclay composite in order to remove hardness and heavy metals in surface water. I'm Ayodhya Silva. You can see some pictures of the Kalani River, and it is situated in Colombo, and I have done a research in globe.gov in 2019, and this is some pictures of the Kalani River, and it is polluted due to some human activities and agricultural activities. Because of that, the pH value, hardness, cadmium chloride amount, and conductivity has increased unexpectedly. And this is the second place. You can see another presenter from Sri Lanka was presented this in the Beira Lake, and the pH value, hardness, cadmium chloride amount, and conductivity has also increased in this place also. Actually, if we talk about the water pollution and hardness of water, we have a clear idea about water hardness and water pollution. So I'd like to first explain what is water pollution. Being an island in the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka is blessed with many sources of water. But due to some human activities and the use of groundwater, and the surface water will increase because of the hardness of water and the dissolved heavy metals in water. The simplest definition for water hardness is the amount of dissolved calcium and magnesium in water. So let's take a look about what are heavy metals. Heavy metals can be categorized as elements that are at least 5 times denser than soft water. For some examples, heavy metals are arsenic, chromium, cadmium, and lead. So my second material is kaolinite material. Rocks that are rich in kaolinite are known as kaolin. Kaolinite is a clay mineral and it is a part of the group of industrial minerals. The chemical composition of it is aluminium, silicon, and oxygen. And it is a layered silicon mineral. So this is my second material. This is a nanomaterial and it is made by the treating chitin shells of shrimps and other crustaceans with an alkaline substances like sodium hydroxide. And this is a linear polysaccharide. So this is my procedure of the project. First, I took samples from different places in Sri Lanka, such as Kadawatha, Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, and Kegol. Then I use a machine to ball mill all the samples. Then I mix it together like this and mix the samples using mortar and pestle. Then my second step is the liquid state and solid state samples into muffle furnace. Then I passed it through calcium +2 and magnesium +2 solutions and cadmium chlorides also. After that, I filtered all samples and did the titration method using EDTA disodium salt. After that, I got the end point of the experiment. So let's look at my product. Using this material and disc, the user can have safe water and the percentage of it is 96.83. As a percentage, it is good. And to purify cadmium chloride and permanent hardness in water. So this is the, actually this is the diagrams of the removal percentages of water, polluted water. And this slide shows
Suddenly
you...
there is no voice. I can't hear.
Sorry? Sorry?
Okay, please continue.
Okay, sorry. This slide shows you the initial point and final points of the removal results of hardness of water, which I have collected from Kalani River in Gampaha district, Sri Lanka. And the initial point is 338.3 ppm, that means parts per million. And after 2 hours, it is only 335 ppm. And after 4 hours, it is 337 ppm. So it's a good removal result, and it is as a percentage, it is 96.83. And this is the removal results and initial points of the water samples which I have collected from Bear Lake in Colombo City. And you can see the initial point of the sample is 124 ppm. And after 2 hours, it has been reduced for 124 ppm. Then after 2 hours, it is after 4 hours, it is 123.1 ppm. And special slide is about a special heavy metal called cadmium chloride. And you guys know that each year 2,000 people to 2,500 people die because of this acute problem in Sri Lanka, especially in Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, Kegol, Monragala, and like that kind of districts and areas in Sri Lanka. So this new material, this novel method can be removed. Using this novel method can be removed cadmium chlorides and heavy metals with permanent hardness of water efficiently. And the initial point of the cadmium chloride amount of this water is 9.5 ppm. And this is the highest value in Sri Lanka. And I could able to remove the cadmium chloride amount from 9.5 to 2.1 ppm. So that is the real change in Sri Lanka. So this diagram shows you the real results of cadmium chloride removal. of using my new method. And this diagram will shows you the actual remaining results and the removal results of the after 2 hours and after 4 hours after the treatment. My conclusions. As this new material has a good absorption capacity, we can use it for water filters. Definitely we can use it for water filters. According to the WHO guidelines, I have removed permanent hardness and cadmium chloride from polluted water. That is a major problem in dry zones in Sri Lanka. According to the above results, the kaolinite modified with chitosan has a good removal percentage and it is about 96.83 as a percentage. Is a good value. And my acknowledgements, I'd like to thank them all for the help and for their encouragement. And thank you all.
Thank you for a wonderful presentation and the research activity which you have been carrying. Thank you very much sharing this your presentation with us. There are many good things for you, but the time is constrained. Now I request our team from Taiwan to make the presentations. Professor Pei Liam is here, I can see, and also Tina, the team from Taiwan. Yes.
Okay, yeah, we have a 2 student team. We are present their research result. One is from Danfeng Senior High School, the other one from Xindian Senior High School. First one, we are presented by Danfeng Senior High School. Please.
Please go ahead. How is Professor? How are you?
Fine. We are very safe.
We can't recognize you in mass.
Hello everyone. We are students from Danfeng High School in Taiwan. I am Wang Yuan. She is Liao Yinglu. She is Zheng Peihan. Today we will report our research. Our topic is the influence of water environmental factor on mosquito larvae. Last year we found larvae in some ditches inside and outside of our school. In recent years, dengue had happened near the school, which has led some people to die. So we try to find the connection between water bodies and lava. Because the river outside our school is too deep to get the water sample, we chose some ditches inside our school. Every time we walk through these ditches, it always has the stinky smell with mosquitoes come out of it. All of us are afraid of the dengue fever outbreak. So we want to know what kind of mosquito it is and what kind of water bodies are most suitable for larvae to grow up. In the upper right corner is Taiwan, where we are right now. It is an island country located on the Tropic of Cancer in East Asia. This figure tells about the number of confirmed cases in various months from 2017 to 2020. The confirmed cases are concentrated from July to October, which is the rainy season in Taiwan. These are the common mosquito species in Taiwan, and these 2 mosquitoes at the bottom are the major species that spread the dengue fever.
These are our research questions. We want to know what's the distribution of a mosquito larva in our campus. How do environmental factors affect the number of larvae? Are there any association between the number of E. coli and larvae? This is the first experience we designed. We did it in April and May last year. We chose the ditches in front of a school gate, the central garden, the health center, and a fountain. At that time, we just wanted to make sure there was mosquito larvae in our campus. So we used a beaker to get them. These pictures are the 4 locations in our campus. This is the second experience we chose 3 locations, especially the health center. Because the ditch of a health center was under construction from July to September, so it cannot be measured. In order to know the difference in the number of larvae in each ditch more accurately, we use a net to sweep the surface of the water. Test 3 samples. Wait 3 minutes between each sample. We also measure the dissolved oxygen, electrical conductivity, water temperature, and pH value. These are tools we use. Because mosquito larvae feed on organic detritus from the environmental particulate bacteria, algae, so we want to know the amount of bacteria in ditch water. We use an E. coli count to measure the number of E. coli. All 3 digit samples were collected on the same day, on October 15th. Water samples performed by using zero dilution in sterile buffered water followed by E. coli count in replicates of 200 micrometers. These 2 larvae were caught in a dish of a central garden. After using the global app to identify the species, we found that these species don't spread dengue fever. This is our experience result and we did it twice. We cannot find any larvae in the ditch of a health center and fountain, but there are lots of mosquito larvae in the school gate and central garden. We think it's because there are tables and fish in fountain and it's also the brightest amongst those locations. No larva has ever been found in the fountain. The pH value of a fountain is higher than both the school gates and central garden. The water temperature in different locations has more differences. There are more larvae in over 30 degrees Celsius as under 30. This is a photo of our electrical conductivity and the number of larvae. It's based on June 24th. The data could not be declared to use machine value. The electrical conductivity is high in both the school gates and central garden, which means there is high pollution in both locations. And the conductivity goes down in July and August when the students are on summer vacation. The fountain has a highest amount of dissolved oxygen due to mechanical pumping, and there are lots of algae inside. On the other side, it also seems that mosquito larvae can survive in low dissolved oxygen. This is our third experience. Because the dishes smell bad and the color of water is yellow, we want to see if a number of E. coli exists in the standard. We found the number of E. coli is the highest in the central garden, the ditch in front of a school gate, and then the fountain. The public where E. coli standard is 2,000 to 3,000, which is a rare line on the figure. So the central garden and the school gates are beyond the center. The 3 pictures above are the original image. This is our conclusion. There are mosquitoes in the School Gate Ditch and Central Garden Ditch. Compared to three sites, it's hard to find a relationship between the temperature and number of larvae, but it seems that there are more larvae with neutral pH, high electrical conductivity, and they can tolerate the low dissolved oxygen in environment. There is no mosquito larva in fountain, maybe because there are fish and table inside. Total coliform bacteria exist in all school ditches. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. What a wonderful presentation. I must congratulate you and your team for such a wonderful presentation. Can we have the second presentation from Taiwan now?
Yeah. Xindian Senior High School will present the second. Yeah, please.
现在是在视讯，张哪一个？老师，你要不要画什么？
练高中开始喽。
OK。麦克风我开。麦克风我开。麦克风我开。对。OK， 他跑掉了。OK， OK。对，麦克风有开。有开好，直接开始。Hello everyone, we are a student from New Taipei City Xindian Senior High School in Taiwan. In this honor that we have a chance to exchange. We are going to introduce investigation of mosquito larva habitats in the water ditch at Xindian Senior High School.
你要自我介绍一下。
I'm 罗欣怡。
I'm 洪玉琴。
It is our outline. Our motivation of research. Due to our previous participants in the seminar is mosquito. When registering for a science fairs, think that if the subject is related, it will be.
Wait a minute.
No, cannot.
Please share your screen.
Yeah.
Green one, green one. Green one.
让大家成长。
没有练习过。
Can you see our screen?
No, please share your screen.
So. 这样有吗？
然后你再跟那个
有啊有啊，但它浏览器挡住我的分享。所以现在是看不到我的分享画面吗？看不到。
Okay, maybe next presentation, and then wait for the solve the internet problem. Okay, Dash.
Okay. 我们先重新连。
Dash. That's the next presentation to present.
If you are not ready, we can have the Thailand and then Taiwan.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Thailand. Home. Home. Nishi, can we start the type presentations?
Yes, yes. I think Thai students are ready.
Okay. Have you taken the?
อาจารย์พัฒน์ค่ะ Oh, okay. The students are ready.
Okay ค่ะ
Now we can see.
I think this is from Thailand.
Hello, my name is Pinpinat Phongsurikul. My name is Sarisa Songkham. My name is Chinuknan Oma. We are from Princess Chulaphornsai High School, Trang, Thailand. Today we're gonna present the project name is Study of Mosquito Species and their number in summer and rainy season at a touristic place in Pak Meng Beach, Trang. As I have studied, among the traveler, around 2 to 10% have changed to get mosquito-borne disease from another countries. And this graph shows the number of tourists in Thailand in 2013 to 2017. And you can see the number of tourists increase year by year. This slide shows Thailand season. Summer season starts from February to April. Rainy season starts from May to January, and high season starts from December to May. So our research questions, they are: first, mosquito larvae species and their number in the summer and rainy season, are they different or not? Second, the number and species of mosquito that found in mosquito breeding site in touristic place, are they different or not? Third, is there a difference in the water quality in the breeding site where each mosquito is found in both the summer and rainy season? And the last one, summer and rainy season, is there a risk of dengue fever in touristic area? For our study area, we go to Pak Meng Beach to collect mosquito in summer in January to March, and in rainy season in October to December, and collecting mosquito larvae in 23 establishments per season by keeping in the original establishments. And the slide show equipment for collection mosquito larvae. This slide show equipment for measuring water quality such as water temperature, pH, conductivity, and surface temperature. And this slide show equipment for preserving and identifying mosquito larvae. For our experimental design, for first step, we went to Pak Meng to collect mosquito and then check water quality of water habitat, collect mosquito larvae and preserve mosquito larvae for identifying, and classification of mosquito larvae by using microscope, looking at the comb scale. After that, fill the data in mosquito habitat mapper to complete the rest of information and submit it to the GLOBE database. And finally, analysis data by using IVSS program to analyze the data of mosquito larvae and the water quality in graphs. For statistical analysis, First, to compare the numbers of mosquito larvae between the summer and the rainy season by using chi-square test, and to compare the difference of water qualities in breeding sites that found mosquito larvae between summer and rainy season by using independent sample t-test, and calculated the mosquito larvae index with SI, CI, and BI value. For the result from the species and number of mosquito larvae found in touristic place Beach in the summer and rainy season, it can be seen that in the summer we found 4 types of mosquito larvae. They are Aedes aegypti, Aedes albopictus, Culex species, and Toxorhynchitis species. 5 species of mosquito larvae were found in rainy season, one of which was as from the summer was Amyridis larvae. The study found that in the summer and the rainy season, the number of Culex species was found the most, followed by Aedes albopictus and Aedes aegypti respectively. Next is a figure 1, that is comparison of the number of mosquito larvae found in summer and rainy season. From the graph, it can be seen that Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus in the rainy season are more numerous than in summer, but Culex species in summer are more numerous than in the rainy season. As for Amyridis and Toxorhynchitis species, in the summer and rainy season, they are no different. From the study of a breeding sites of mosquito larvae found at a touristic place Beach in the summer and rainy season, it can be seen that in the summer we found 6 mosquito larvae breeding sites. They are plastic tanks, small earthen jars, cement ponds, ditch, plant plate, and large earthen jar. While the rainy season we found 8 mosquito larvae breeding sites, and they are different slightly. They are small earthen jar, plastic tank, cement pond, coconut, ditch, large earthen jar, plant plate, and build roof. From figure 2, pH value with the breeding sites of mosquito larvae in summer and rainy season at Beach. It was found that the habitat of Toxorhynchitis species in the rainy season had a higher pH than in summer. From figure 3, water temperature in each mosquito larvae breeding sites in summer and rainy season, it was found that the habitat of Culex species and Toxorhynchitis species in summer had higher water temperature than in the rainy season. And from figure 4 and 5, conductivity and water surface temperature in the breeding sites of each type of mosquito larvae in summer and rainy season, it was found that conductivity and water surface temperature in each breeding sites of mosquito larvae in the summer and rainy season is different. From the calculate of the Aedes larvae index, it was found that in summer and rainy season, HI, VI, and CI values were higher than in the standard criteria. For the Aedes larvae index of the World Health Organization, in summer and rainy season, they can be dengue fever, but in the rainy season have chance to be dengue fever more than in summer. And our conclusions, Aedes aegypti, Aedes albopictus, Culex species, and Toxorhynchitis species were found in the summer and rainy season, while Amyridis was found only in the rainy season. Aedes aegypti, Aedes albopictus, and Toxorhynchitis species were found in rainy season more than in summer season, but Culex species was found in the summer season more than in rainy season. In summer season, Aedes aegypti and Toxorhynchitis species were in a small earthen jar. Aedes albopictus was found in large earthen jar. Culex species was found in dish. In rainy season, Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus were in the plastic tank. Culex species was found in dish. Amyridis species was found in coconut, and Toxorhynchitis species was found in small earthen jar. pH water affect the number of Toxorhynchitis species, while water temperature affect the number of Culex species and Toxorhynchitis species in the summer and rainy season. The mosquito larvae index in the Park Beach tourist area in the rainy season is higher than in summer, which is higher than the World Health Organization standard, indicating that the farming beach attractions are at risk of dengue fever.
For our suggestion based on our study, first, to suggest that the administration to control the mosquito and to inform the mosquito situation to the tourists and make them aware about the mosquito situation and to make the farming beach a safe place and green tourism. And we would like to thank our teacher from Waialak University, Rajamangala University of Technology, Sivajiya Trang campus, and Princess Julapon Sai High School Trang. And finally, we would like to thank IPSG for supporting us very hard. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. What a wonderful presentation you have, very scientific. Thank you very much. Can we have the second presentation from Thailand? And after that, we have the presentation from from Taiwan. The second presentation from Thailand. The wonderful presentation.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napat Pungsuk, and her name is Siriona Sirirat. In my presentation today, I'm going to talk about a study of microplastic in sea and fish in Conductivity province. At the present, plastic becomes the top weight of the world, and its cumulative amount is increasing because plastic waste cannot decompose naturally. Plastic waste can be found everywhere, on the ground, on the beach, or on the sea. Plastic waste rot is not biodegradable in a short time, when you gather into the ocean all the time. Over time, accumulation of plastic waste in the ocean may disintegration or corrosion make smaller to 5 mm. We call microplastic. Microplastic can be suspended in the food chains of the marine ecosystem. Microplastic get into the next level of the food chains. When the other animal is contaminated with microplastic, this can enter the respiratory system and digestive system of animals or humans who consume those animals into it. For example, from the news that Trang province will lower the Gong will found dead with plastic in its intestine. One of the vet who took care of the Gong say on Facebook, many pieces of small plastic contain intestine and cause inflammation leading to bad infection and infected lungs. From the event that happened to the Gong Mariam, the current campaign to solve the Mariam Wetland problem in Thailand, we make it possible to wonder how much of microplastics are contaminated with water and feed Rajamangala Beach, Pak Meng Beach, and Chao Mai Beach, Sikawetric Trang province. Therefore, we organize the research. The objective, the first, to investigate the microplastic present in the seawater and feed at Rajamangala Beach, Pak Meng Beach, and Chao Mai Beach, Sikawetric Trang province. The second, to investigate the microplastic number, size, shape, and color in seawater at Rajamangala Beach, Pak Meng Beach, and Chao Mai Beach, Sikawetric Trang province. And the first picture shows the Rajamangala Beach. The second picture is Pak Meng Beach, and the last picture is Chao Mai Beach. Study area. The study of microplastic contamination in sea by divided study site into 3 study areas. At Rajamangala Beach, Pak Meng Beach, and Chao Mai Beach, and the distance from the coastal area are 100, 200, and 300 meters respectively. Experimental design. The first, get a simple collection of the water, and it is the distance that we study. The study of microplastic contamination in fish by divided the fish into two groups of three kinds of plantigrade fish and three kinds of piscivorous fish. This is the picture show our kind of fish. And the second sample preparation, prepare the fish stomach from those kinds of fish as previous slide.
Microplastic identification. Sample collection. Seawater samples were collected from 3 beaches at 100, 200, and 300 meters distance from the coastline, and methane was used to collect the seawater. The next step, the sample with filter were digested by a modified method of methanol and fuel. After that, we get the sample density separation and recomputation, and we will get the sample, take it to sort under stereo microscope. This slide shows the microplastic identified fish stomach sample. The first step, cut the fish to find out the stomach and weight. The small picture shows the stomach of fish. And second, we take a sample, we cut into small pieces and take it were digested by a modified method of methanol and fuel. And then we density separation and recomputation and sort it under stereo microscope. Result. The first figure shows the number of microplastic. Microplastic number were higher at 100, 200, than 300 from the coastline in Rajamangala and Pak Ming Beach. Among 3 beaches, microplastic were higher in Rajamangala Beach and Pak Ming Beach than Chiang Mai Beach. The second figure shows the number of microplastic sites. In this study, we divided the microplastic into 3 different sizes, what less than 300 micrometers, 300 micrometers to 1 millimeter, and larger than 1 millimeter. Most of microplastic were less than 1 millimeter in size. This slide shows the shape of microplastic that we are found. The picture A shows the microplastic shape fragment, B shows fiber, and C shows film shape of microplastic. The next figure shows the number of shaped microplastic. We found 3 different shapes among shaped microplastic of fragment and fiber were higher than film in shape. The next figure shows the number of color microplastic. In this study, we observed 6 different color microplastic. Among different color, black, white, and transparent color were higher than other color. And the last figure shows the number of microplastic in stomach of different types of fish. We observed that out of the fish contaminated microplastic among piscivorous fish species and greater contaminated highest, and piscivorous fish Humalophaera contaminated the highest. Conclusion. From the result of the project, it was observed that microplastic in seawater were higher in study site. Microplastic contamination was found in Rajamangala and Pak Ming Beach than Chiang Mai Beach. In these 2 beaches, Rajamangala Beach and Pak Ming Beach, microplastic were higher at 100 and 200 than 300 far from the coastline. Most of microplastic were less than 1 millimeter in size, and they were found in the shape of fragment and fiber groups. And we observed 6 different color microplastic. 6 different color of microplastic, and most of microplastic were either black, white, and transparent color. All of the collected contaminated microplastic in their stomach.
We would like to give special thanks to IVSS for giving us an opportunity to do this project. Special thanks to the lecturer from Departments of Marine and Coastal in Songkhla Province for their education and research assistance. Special thanks to Dr. Anantani Chomsing from Rajamankara University of Technology Sivitiyatran campus for a useful suggestion, and special thanks to Professor Jalapon Sanghasekundang for always support us to everywhere. Thank you for kind attention.
Thank you for such a wonderful work, really professional work, and it's really great activity. Now we have the final presentation from Taiwan, and this is again another great presentation.
Okay, Xindian Senior High School will present.
Okay, everyone can see our screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone, we are students from New Taipei City, Xindian Senior High School in Taiwan. It is honor that we have a chance to exchange. We are going to introduce investigation of mosquito larva habitats in the water dish at Xindian Senior High School. I'm Luo Xingyi.
I'm Wang Yuqing. It is our outline.
Our motivation of research. Due to our previous participants in a similar is mosquito, when registering for the science fairs, think that if the subject is related, it will be easier when researching. So we decided to study topic relating to mosquito. In Taiwan, mosquitoes are everywhere, and they live in humid places such as mud, treehouse, grass, or ditches.
In Xindian High School, mud and treehold are not common, and the grass is in the sun are not guarantee the growth environment regular for the larva. So we only have ditch. After the observation, we analyze the data and we want to know whether there will be larva in every ditch and where the number of larva varies in different places.
And here is Xindian Senior High School. Here have Xindian River.
Recent
哎，你的画面没有变。
没有切换。
可以。
Now, research watershed. Tip 1. Recorded date and the time.
不要讲。不要讲啊！哎，那个新店高中不要用播放模式，不然大家看不到画面。
哦，好，
画面停。
这样子呢？
不是你要用那种那个叫什么？不是播放模式，就是一张一张拉的。因为你的画面只有一个，没有变了。
一直停在一开始。Oh my god！
按 ESC 回到那个。
你按 ESC 跳回去就好了。
是重新分享画面一次。
好。It's okay.
It's okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
为什么前面几张可以，后面就不行？问题啊？
No, it's the motivation of research slide.
No.
No. Mm. Well, I'm reshare the screen. Everyone can see our screen?
No.
No?
That's all.
不知道。
लाइट सबकी गई क्या?
现在是停在第一个画面吗？
现在都没有画面。
现在都没有画面哦。哎。
为什么他先分享画面不行？
那现在这样子呢？
对，你这样一张一张播放就可以。
哎，
不要到播放模式。哎，
好，这样。
好 ，OK。
什么边讲？
这讲到
讲
地图。
好，下去。
It is okay now. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. 慢声一点。Research method.
Tip 1. Record the date and the time. Tip 2. Remove the dry cover. Tip 3. Observe and each log of the water ditch and take photos and records. Tip 4. Measure and record water temperature, air temperature, and air pressure. Tip 5. Take the water sample with a big droplet and observe the water quality in the culture. Take a water sample and a measuring cup to locate mosquito larvae and small animals.
Tip 6. Pool collecting mosquito larvae and small animals in various severity. Tip 7. Measure the pH values of water samples in a laboratory. And here's our sampling location. We have toolbox and tools. Sampling tool, we have big dropper and water cup. Repacking tool, we have pipette, spoon, and funnel. Repacking tool also have box and small bottle. Marking tool, we have small scissors, tape, and pen. Measure tool, we have thermometer. Measure pH tool, we have pH meter and universal test paper. Observation tool, we have cell phone microscope.
The ditch water pH is between 6 to 7.
And we also have moon temperature data. And here's capturing small creature. We have diphtheria larva, mayfly larva, Daphnia, rat, nematode, and big mouth snails.
Discussion. The difference between place A and place B. Place A has lava, and the place B doesn't. Place A water is mixed than place B, and the place A is in the shadow, and the place B isn't. Place A amount of water is less. Place B amount of water is more. Place A number of leaves is more than B. Place B. Small creature. Aquatic romance is place A is big mouth snail. Place B is grasshopper. Is rainfall related to the number of lava caught? From the chart, we can see that there is a correlation between the two. Number of lava have positive relative with rainfall.
After the capture, the lava died one after another. At first, we saw that the temperature was too low and the lava died. But after checking the temperature, we found that the reason was not the case. After that, we checked the observation records and found that the lava had not been vented for 4 consecutive days, and it was speculated that the cause of the lava death was hypoxia. Is our future work. Continuous observation every Monday.
Measure dissolved oxygen.
Increase the number of observation days.
Increase observation tests.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for what a wonderful project you have. It's great to be the part of this webinar. This is really great, very scientific, very well done. All the students, they have done wonderful work. All the presentations from 6 countries, they are great. That adds to the knowledge. And the students, please register your name if you have not done, so that we can send you a certificate of participation, which we will send you to encourage you. This is great. Congratulate to your teachers and your country coordinator for such a wonderful event and making this a very successful activity. Now I have 2 points to make. Can we have on 22nd of April is Earth Day. Can we have a webinar on that day so that the students can show their video, the projects which they have done, they are wonderful. If you can prepare a video on this project or habitat where you have done your study, not more than 5 minutes video will be great. You agree? If you agree, say yes in the chat box so that we can plan another webinar plus presentation of videos on 22nd of April. Nishi, you can take the pictures, okay? And the second thing is that we have to have regional meeting, which we planned, Professor Peliam is here, which we planned in Taiwan in May, but it seems a little difficult due to the COVID and the travel restrictions. So what we propose, I propose, we have a virtual regional meeting, May 3, 4, and 5, 3 days. 2 days could be the students' presentation, and the 1 day could be the country coordinators and then a GLOBE business. And then sometimes in October, we can have a Asia Pacific Science Festival in Taiwan, so that we don't want to leave Taipei like this. We want to have party at the 101, so that if you agree that we have on 22nd of April, we have a video presentation on the projects by students from GLOBE countries, for which we will send you the invitation. The second, our virtual meeting, unfortunately, in the first week of May, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, where we have students' presentations, students' activities, because in our region, the students are doing wonderful and very well scientific activity, which we want to encourage you. And 5th could be the GLOBE business, the regional business GLOBE meeting. And then also sometimes in October, Professor Palium, if you agree, we can have a Asia Pacific Science Festival in Taipei. And I am sure that by that time, all the restrictions will be gone. There will be no, fear of Corona or COVID at that time. And certainly in 2022, we are going to have face-to-face regional meeting, so that we have opportunity to have face-to-face meeting, science festival in Taipei in October. If you agree, yes, or if you don't agree, say no. Yes?
Yes. Yeah, I think that this year the COVID-19 is still very serious in the whole world, so we should keep safe. So I think the video virtual meeting is possible, but the face-to-face should be waited for next year.
Yes. So science festival in October or next year?
I think this year we still can have a regional meeting by internet, virtual, and yes. We can arrange maybe 2 days or 3 days, and each country coordinator can present their progress, and maybe yes. We also can have some student research result presentation during the regional meeting, and face-to-face. We wait for next year.
Next year, regional meeting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, great. And what about science festival in later year? Later year, like sometimes October, November.
要share 那个。
要吗？这个。
Or we can keep it option open.
是，要跟他讲我们要看。
下一个。
这个。
Okay.
第二呢？
下一个。So we have some planning. Maybe every country coordinator can have some input to have some suggestion. This is our preliminary arrangement for the regional meeting from May 3rd to May 5th, I think. Yeah. The first, because consider the time zone, maybe each day we can arrange 3 to 5 hours. The hot time period should be around the noon time, just like our webinar meeting. Maybe we can start from 11 to afternoon 2 o'clock, extend to 5 o'clock, I think. Some American friends, due to the time zone, maybe they can participate in the noon time meeting. And the regional countries, we don't have the time zone problem, so we can extend from the run time to maybe after run time. So that is our preliminary arrange for the virtual regional meeting. But we have some. 等一下 What's that? Oh, that is a time zone. I think everybody knows that. And next. Yeah, discussion is any suggestion about the meeting period each day. Do we need to arrange online training or keynote speech? Do we host online regional GLE? If yes, how many student teams from each country can present their report on the online regional GLE? Next. Yeah. I think that is we need to discussion today or in the future. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you share these slides with us?
Sure.
Tina, can you send the mail to me on these 3 slides?
Yeah, sure. We can share to all of the participants.
Wonderful you have done. And I think we agree to your suggestions with the time zones and see that how we can do. Also, we are trying through the American Embassy to provide the facilities for the countries like our friends in island countries, if they have any problem with the internet. And hope if we get success, then there will be no problem for the internet for our friends in island countries. And let us work all together, make this event a success as a virtual meeting. And if we can start working now, we are sure we are going to have this as a great activity. And I am sure that all of us will cooperate, and then Professor, you take the lead, and also your team can help us organizing this regional meeting, like virtual regional meeting. And we would like to have it more participatory, where we can have more, we don't feel, because sometimes sometimes I feel these webinars are much more better. So like that, we had 80 participants in the start. If we will never get 80 participants together, and we will not speak so much together as we have been doing it now. Sometimes these are very useful and then more participatory, but certainly we would like to have very soon face-to-face meeting, because I can see the 101 at the background here, which you are missing. So that we are going to have this. And also I welcome, today we had GLOBE Africa joining us for this webinar. Mark, perhaps he has left. Dr. Hamid from Oman, he is here. I welcome you also, and all of. Today we have like something like 12 countries participating in this webinar, which we planned for 2 hours, but this has gone for around 3 hours, almost 3 hours, and that is great and wonderful. So you agree that on 22nd of April, 22nd of April, we can have a webinar where we can have the video presentation by the students. You agree? Great. So that we will send the details, and 22nd of April, we start working on the video presentations, and then we put all the videos in one, what do you call, the pen drive or something, which we can give to each country coordinator. So that will be a great activity. So any comment from anybody, any country coordinator? If Rod is here, any country coordinator, any participants want to say something, want to make any comment, please feel free. Anyone want to?
Let Nisakon make a picture, take a picture. Hello.
Nishi, you take picture.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm waiting for Dr. Desh. He's still speaking.
Yes.
Okay, everyone. Please turn on your camera. Then I can take a picture.
Send all the pictures to my email so that I share with everyone.
Okay, of course, of course. Okay, everyone. Now just one.
How you keep so fresh?
It's my secret. Okay. Okay, everyone, please say cheese. 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Okay, just one.
And
One more time.
more, okay.
Okay, can everyone come like? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, any comment from anybody? Anybody wants to say something?
Dr. Desh,
yes, Hamid, yes.
Dr. Desh, the students' presentation is very good. Actually, I don't know where is the other platform for them to present. I mean, they within that school level, the efforts are very, very good. So the region has to show cause to other regions, number one. Second thing is these students has to be encouraged by the schools further. And some of the presentations were very impressive in terms of almost like a undergraduate college first year project.
Very professional. Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
They are very professional. Yes. So how you see our region is doing?
Yeah, that's one of the active region. So it was very clear. Being sitting at the science working group.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Yeah, even in the lockdown period, I don't know how you managed with this courage and perseverance, which needs to be really appreciated.
This is the country coordinators in our research, like Professor.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Congratulations. And really, you have a wonderful collaborating and cooperating people around you.
Like today, out of 18 countries, we have 12 countries participating in this webinar today. That is great. Any students want to make any comment, any suggestion? Any students want to come? Where is my friend ABC? Neshi?